do with it? Hello, all you beautiful souls out there. My name is Chris Flippin, and welcome back to another video where I'm here to help you learn to manage your emotions. That way you can start using the law of attraction to manifest the things that you dream of and desire into your life in ways you can never imagine, let alone plan for. So guys, today I had two questions running through my head. It was a song, okay? I'm sure you guys have heard that song before. I can't remember who sings it. I don't know if it's Diana Ross or whatnot, but it's What's Love Got to Do with It, right? So I had written a journal entry and I wanted to share it with you guys, okay? So it says, what's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? These are two questions from a song that were running through my head this morning, so I'm going to answer both of them. First, love has everything to do with it, okay? Without love, there's nothing worth living that will create lasting happiness, okay? Second, we all need a heart, okay? I mean, without a heart, we would not be alive. And I don't mean just physically, but emotionally as well, okay? These are two of the most essential necessities to live a happy life. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. With love as our driving force of every thought, every word, every action, there is no more pain and suffering, just love. All right, guys? So think about that for a little bit. If we're sitting here and we're understanding, you want to understand love, let me just put it to you like this. This is something I read in an article just the other day, okay? The frequency of love has very highs and lows, as we all know, right? But the frequency of love, if you were to see it like the wave of the frequency, right, it goes like this, all right? Now, the DNA helix, right, we all know the DNA helix, okay? The frequency of love has, okay, sorry, let me take a step back. The DNA helix has 64 points in it, okay? And if you put the DNA helix right next, and then you overlay the frequency of love, okay, it actually hits all 64 points of our DNA. Is there something to that? I would say yes, right? Okay, so think about this, guys. If fear is a slow wave like this, and I think if I remember correctly from the article, it only touches like 12 or 16 points of our DNA. If we're constantly living in a fear, right, we're obviously not living up to our fullest potential. So it's extremely important to live your life with love, okay? And the first place that love has to start is within ourselves. And think of the potential that is possible if all of us were living in love. I mean, you've heard scientists say that we have all this junk DNA that doesn't mean anything. What? Are you kidding me? Junk DNA? Is that even possible? Right? You got to understand that when we do things out of love, and this is one of the things that I want to share with you guys, okay, that I have come to the realization through my spiritual awakening and my healing journey, is that when you take every thought, every word, and every action with love in mind first, everything is so amazing and so beautiful. It's not even funny, guys. I can't tell you the amount of joy and happiness that I have been able to find in my life ever since I started living with love for myself first. Because one of the things that you heard me say in another video is, how can you expect anybody to love you if you don't even love yourself? Let alone respect you if you don't respect yourself, right? So when you start going out into the world and showing that self-love and exuding self-love out of you, it's impossible to show hate to anybody. It's impossible to look down at anybody, because then you start looking at everything with compassion and understanding. And you understand that that person who's all up in your face and saying F off or all these other things, that's just whatever BS that they're going through and they've had a rough day. And hey, that's understandable, okay? So understand this, guys, and then I want to tell you a story about something very similar to that aspect, okay, of that I was just talking in, all right? There was a while back where I was driving through the streets of San Francisco, okay, and this guy cuts me off, and I sat there and I looked at him and said, you know, hey, what the heck? Like, we pulled up to the light, and we're, you know, summertime, so the windows are down. I looked at him like this. I said, hey, what the heck, right? And dude, he gets out of his car, literally opens up the door, gets out of his car, and starts yelling at me, hey, fuck you, rah, 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 all this other stuff. I was like, whoa, dude, man, sounds like you've had a hard day. Now, at that point, I had two choices. I could have returned the same thing and said the same stuff back to him, but I chose to not react, but to respond with kindness, okay? Instead of being right and said, hey, you cut me off, I chose to respond with kindness. And through that kindness, I sat there and I said, wow, man, it sounds like you're having a rough day, man. If you need to let it out, go ahead, right? And then he kept yelling at me, kept more obscenities and more obscenities. And then I said, man, look, dude, it sounds like you've had a really rough day. There's a bar right behind us. I saw there was a bar. I said, can I buy you a beer? And you know what, dude? The guy looked at, he paused for a second, and he goes, you know what, man? You're right. I had just gotten in an argument with my wife, and things are going down the shithole, right? And that right there made him realize kind of woke him up to his situation and realized that he was taking it out on me. So understand that, guys. When you come from a place of love, that and you show that forward, you pay that forward with every word, every action, eventually that is what you're going to get back. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen like that the same way it did with this gentleman. Luckily for me, it didn't escalate into a fight and he'd get more offended by the way that I was talking to him, right? Because, that has happened to me in other instances as well, right? But at least in this situation, he realized that I was coming from a place of kindness and trying to snap him out of that anger and that whatever, anxiety that he was feeling, okay? So again, guys, love has everything to do with it. Everything, okay? So if you're having problems figuring out how to love yourself, go ahead and ask a question in the comments below, guys. I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you want some further help in that, there's a link to my Vibe Tribe page where you guys can go ahead and like the page and send me a direct message there in Facebook where I don't mind scheduling a half-an-hour free phone call with you guys to help you guys figure out how to start loving yourself and understanding that love has everything to it and we all need a heart. With that said, guys, if you like this video, hit that smash that like button, okay? Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell icon right there on the right. And until next time, guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.